Greetings everyone. Today is January 11th, 2021, and I just wanted to take you on a little tour of my greenhouse patio here. We've got some orchids in bud. I can't wait for this guy to open up and bloom. This is my elegant Deborah. It will be the first time blooming for me. I have never seen these flowers, but they're supposed to be a dark burgundy red with a white outline. Should be cool. So what we've got here are two types of vanilla orchids. They had to be brought inside because we're in our cold winter right now. We've got the regular vanilla plantifolia, which is this guy here, and then this guy is vanilla potei, I'm not sure. And then we've got two new vanillas in here. This one, both of them actually are a leafless orchid. This one is Dilloniana, and this one is, not some sound, Barbertella. So hopefully these will grow up like the others have up the cage and be really cool. Got a heater going and the fan, which I plan to eventually have it hanging from one of the corners of the ceiling. My 3 poinsettias that Chris got me for Christmas, and the hygrometer, my pigeon, is 65.5 and 67%. Oh good, it just went up to 66. I'm trying to warm it up in here. The night before last it was 36, which was a bad cold night, and then last night it was like 42, and things are kind of getting a little better. Nights are going to be in the 50s, and then Saturday we've got a big drop into the 30s, and that's what Florida's like in winter. It goes up and down, and you think it's going to warm up, but it doesn't. So I am so looking forward to around Valentine's Day when things start to get better. I'm not going to go over too many plants right now. Stuff isn't looking so great. Nothing's really happy about this weather, plus everything got moved and they're getting reacclimated. This is my Hoya shelf, and I have to do watering today, so I am filming this before everything gets wet. And this is my shelf for cactuses and succulents. Right now they're just they're in dormancy, and all these pots are not just pots full of dirt. These are all my Amorphophallus. Some people have been asking me to do an Amorphophallus update. Well, there's nothing to update. This is the Amorph collection. They're all dormant. I don't know when they're gonna come back. So I would like to eventually get a separate greenhouse outside one of the small tent ones, if I can find someplace to put it that's level ground. And we don't have hills here in Florida, but it's just like really bad, bumpy, uneven ground that's hard to get a foundation on. But I do not want the cactus and succulents in with the tropical plants, because I have to water and I have to be really careful to not get too many of these guys wet. Alright, just have a few little odds and ends, a few veggie plants here. This is what my pretty window looks like from the outside. This is the kitchen window with a few orchids and Nepenthes. This is the Nepenthes and orchid shelf. Different types of Nepenthes. Nothing really interesting going on right now. Got my few dendrobiums that are in their dry winter rest period right now. This is the only Nepenthes that's doing anything on this shelf that's really cool looking. This is a Titan's treason, which is Truncata cross tentaculata, and this particular plant has always done really well for me. I think it's looked really nice with these chocolate pictures through the whole year, whether it's cold or hot. And then we've got some orchids down here that are new. They're acclimating, or we've got some plants in recovery and rescue. The big Nepenthes hanging around, and a few succulents. And I got some Hoyas and Nepenthes that I ran out of hooks. I am planning on hopefully getting more hooks up in that area. This black thing will be painted a brighter color. A lot of updates. Chris has marked off on the ceiling, and we have two of these LED lamps from the top that are house lamps, but Chris has marked where the studs are, and we are going to be hanging LED lights and fluorescent lights here to make it even brighter and better for the plants. And I'm hoping to get some kind of clip lights. I'm not sure yet what it's going to be for these plants that are underneath that are too dark. Now when the Amorphophallus start coming back, they are, of course, they're not going to stay on there because they're going to turn into tall trees, and they can't be on bottom shelves. I have yet to figure out what I'm going to do with those guys once they break dormancy. These are also big Phalaenopsis. I mean, these guys are really big. They had them in the house, but they had to come out here because I don't know how, but the reservoirs at the bottom here sprung a leak and they drip, so now I have to water them more. I'm not looking forward to rebottling them because of all the crazy roots. And a lot of these Nepenthes that are in these big hanging baskets, there's 3 or 4 in a pot. So it looks like I have fewer Nepenthes, but I still have quite a lot. Here's an example. These are my biggest ones. Oh, not my biggest ones. I'll show you guys my biggest one. It's crazy. But there are 4 plants in here. Oh, here's another picture. Check that out. It's about a 6-inch tall picture. It belongs to that plant, not this one. That one. And it's one of those complex hybrids. Have to make a new tag for it. Here's what it is. If you guys want to look at the name, pause it. This is my biggest plant. I need to cut back the dead parts and it'll do much better. But this is my Miranda, and it's crazy, and it's got its forgot to show this cactus. This is a Slumbergia. I don't know what kind. It was given to me. My mother-in-law gave it to me as a gift back in June of 2020, and it is getting flowers for the first time. I'm very excited. I know it's a pink variety. I think that's got flowers coming in too. And that one has one big one, and there's some little ones coming in. So that's pretty cool. I had these as tiny cuttings when I got it. One had only 2, I think it was this tall, and the other one had 3. I think these are the 3 originals. I'm not sure, but yeah, they've grown a lot since June. And this is a Phalaenopsis I got from Publix, and it's growing a spike. Now it's funny because I think it's a spike. I don't think it's a basil. Well, we'll see. Hopefully that'll be, you can tell I got it from Publix. And this is a fragrant one. I forget what color it is. I'm going to have to write them down. And what's funny is these ones that are don't have any name on them, I will go online and I will find photos of the closest one, and then I name them that. I don't care if it's not the right hybrid. There's just so many hundreds. It doesn't matter, and they'd be close enough. So I got 2 that are fragrant, which is pretty cool. Actually, I think this one makes the color of the label. That's why I gave it that label. So it's like this pale peach. It's really neat. And since there's not too much going on out there, I'll show you guys what's in bloom on my windowsill. So we've got this no-name rescued Lowe's Phalaenopsis. And then we've got one here with a little spike. This is one of those minis. Actually, that pink one was 2. They don't get much bigger than that. I got 2 new baby bicalcuratas out there. My chives plant is going to be making cute flowers very soon. There's a flower bud going into the wall. And then we've got some... This is a Patio petalum that when I got it was sickly. It never did well. It had leaves and it just started going downhill and I thought I'd lost it. And I was going to throw it out and I unpotted it. I saw that it had a basil. So I figured I'd give it a chance. It had like it's got one root. So I've put it in this jar with water and sometimes I give it a rooting liquid. And the basil is actually growing, but it's got one root. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but it's growing. I hope it'll survive, because and this guy has finally opened all the way. This was one of those mystery, I buy 3 and you don't know what you're getting, and they are gorgeous. I like the ones that have, like this one that has the purple up top, and that one, because most of them have a white petal like that at the top. It's so neat. A little bit of yellow. And over here, I have moved things around. This window is constantly changing. Okay, this is one of those other Publix plants. I just named it Fuller Sunset. It looks like Fuller Sunset, and it also has a fragrance, which makes me think that's what it is. But I think when I bought this last year, it had a pink lip, and this time it's got more of a reddish orange lip. But still, oops, out of the way, you.
Out of the way, you.
Gorgeous yellow flower. I love the pale yellows. Can't wait for all of these to open. And this one also has a fragrance. So that's when I researched and I found the plant called Fuller Sunset that has a fragrance. There you go. So this is another Publix orchid that Chris bought me last year. And this one gets multiple white flowers with a pink lip. I have not been able to find a photo of one that looks like this. So if anyone knows of one that's similar, maybe you can help me find what the name of this one would be. But it's pretty cool. I think the lighting in here is not really showing what it really looks like. Also, it's in the evening time now and it's getting dark outside. I've got T5 bulbs in here and some Sansi grow lights, which I'm pretty happy with. Okay, so that is just a quick little update on what has been going on here. Hopefully next time there'll be some better changes out here. Hope you guys like that. Des signing off.